Hi guys, I hope you're well. It's Nick here, Managing Director at Verta Property Group. So today I'm doing a quick presentation. I'm going to be walking you through the new and exclusive units that we have available in a development that's located just outside of Manchester city centre. I believe this is one of the best new build schemes on the market. There's only a handful of units there, and I'm going to speak you through the below market value options today. So let's get on with it. Looking at the building, this is the existing block. We have one unit available in here. We've previously sold and rented out a lot of the units, which are doing very, very well in the rental market. On the right-hand side, in this space, they're putting up another block to match the existing building. So that's what we've got for sale. And I'll go through the exact units, etc. later, but that's the building to give you an understanding. Moving on to the next slide. So prices are from £160,000. You're looking at a price per square foot from £246, which is almost unheard of in Manchester, especially for a development of this calibre in this location. Speaking of the location, it's in M19. The postcode is M193NT. You're 5 minutes walk to Levenshulme Station, and then from Levenshulme Station to Manchester Piccadilly, which is basically central Manchester, it's a 6-minute train journey. So super good location. Delivery for the 3 units we have in this end block that I've just mentioned is set for Q4 this year. So you haven't got too long to wait. So sizes up to 710 square feet. I'll speak you through the exact units in a second, but there's some really unique ones in there. Low service charge, you're looking at about £1,200 a year for the 1 beds there. 999 year lease, which we always like to see. We've got 2 regular 1 beds, which make up the ground and first floor. Then we've got 1 duplex apartment, which is a 2-floor, 1-bedroom apartment made up of the 3rd and the 4th floor as well. Okay, so these units, they're off market. They can't be purchased anywhere else in the UK. They're exclusive to us. And yeah, we're really looking forward to introducing our investors to them. So this gives you an idea of the internal specification and what you can expect from the finished product. We've worked with this developer, as I mentioned on the previous phase, so we know what to expect. We can give you video tours and images, but the end product is really good, as we've seen from the tenant demand. So touching on the location, obviously, look, we all know about Manchester. It is one of the premier investment locations in the UK. It's typically ranked 1st, 2nd or 3rd in the appreciation rates that we see on a consistent basis. So if you look at the Home Track report, which is a monthly index of house price performance across the UK's biggest 20 cities, Manchester is always up there. Okay, it's seen incredible appreciation in recent years, well, going back even further now, 10, 15 years, and it's set to continue. So it's performing really well currently. Savills are forecasting a 29.8% capital appreciation rate for the Northwest region in the years leading up to 2029 as well. So without doubt, Manchester is a tier one investment location in the UK. So take advantage of that. And more importantly, this development is not a prime city centre location. So you're not paying, £350,000, £400,000. You're getting in from £160,000 in a new build development, less than 10 minutes door to door to Manchester city centre. So yeah, really promising and convenient proposition here. So on to the next slide. This is just obviously a visual representation. As you can see, this is the Levenshulme Station, and the development is literally a 5-minute walk just down here from Levenshulme Station, and then you're into Manchester Piccadilly there within 6 minutes, as you can see from the train journey. Looking at market performance, I touched on this earlier. So yeah, you're looking at 29.4% in fact for the Northwest region in terms of the growth rate up to 2029, as forecast by Savills, who are incredibly reliable with their market forecasts. They're a global powerhouse real estate agency. So yeah, really good source there. I believe the next one is the Home Track report. As I mentioned earlier, you can see Manchester comes in there at the 2nd highest in England and the 3rd highest in the UK. This is the latest market data that's available from Home Track, which is kind of the gold standard for appreciation measurement across the UK. And you can see Manchester doing exceptionally well in comparison to the other UK cities. Again, another internal shot here, just giving you an understanding of what you can expect. So very clean, minimal finish, high ceilings, plenty of light beaming in. And yeah, some of the units are bigger than others, and you've got a couple to choose from. So let's look at that now then. So we forecast about $950 per month in terms of rental income, but it does vary ultimately depending on the unit, which gives you over a 7% gross return. And obviously the larger unit will go for a higher rate. Service charge 1236 per annum. You're looking at just over a 6% net return. Now there's a couple of options of what we can do with the rental package here, and I'll tell you what those are in a minute. But just to give you an understanding of the units, we have these three. So as I mentioned, a ground floor 1 bed, a first floor 1 bed, and then a third and fourth floor duplex 1 bed apartment. The 1 beds on the first and second floor, ground and first floor, you're looking at 431 square feet. And then you've got the duplex, which is 710 square feet, which brings you that £246 price per square foot rate, which is absolutely incredible. We're looking at 175 for the duplex apartment and 160 for the 2 1-bedroom apartments. Now, just before I touch on the overall ROI that we're looking at on these exclusive units, I want to mention the management side of things. So as I've touched on, we worked with a company that have rented out a lot of the units in the previous block, and they're doing exceptionally well. So we understand the market demand and what these can rent for. So there's a couple of incentives that we're giving our investors that we're packaged up with these units. A lot of our guys want fully managed, hands off. They just want that cash flow coming in on a monthly basis. So we want to provide that. The first option is you can take 1 year's free rental management. So you'd have no management fees for the years. Typically management fees these days are about 10, 12, 14% of the monthly income from the property. So you can work out how much that's going to save you. You know, if you're renting it for 1,000 and you're paying 120 quid a month at 12%, then obviously that's going to add up over the years. So you can get a free year's rental management, or what you can do as well, again, exclusively with Verta, is partner with us and our management company, and we'll give you a 7% fixed rental income for a 2-year period. Okay, so you'd have a guaranteed rental rate and you would have 0 management fees. Okay, and that's our exclusive package that we've negotiated with our management partner that we can introduce our investors to. So you're getting a phenomenal opportunity here. You're getting 1 beds from 160 grand in Manchester. This is the lowest price new build that I know of on the market. Within 10-15 minutes of the city centre itself. Great lease length, low service charge, proven tenant demand, proven product finish, and we're giving you a fixed rent for a 2-year period. So as you can see, the statistics and the fundamentals of this investment are really, really stacking up. Just to touch on that bottom bit there, so if you look at a 6% net over 5 years, that would give you £48,000 in cash flow. And then if you look, let's say we do 30% in the next 5 years, again, Savills forecasts just below that within 4 years. So 30% is, very realistic and, actually quite conservative. But if you look at a 30% rate, then you're looking at another 48,000 with the entry-level units here at 160. So you're looking at a new projected value there of £208,000. So being conservative with the projections, that's potential cash flow and equity of £96,000 in 5 years from a completely hands-off, low-risk investment. So just shy of 100 grand. So again, I would challenge anyone to find me a new build on the market in Manchester where the numbers are so attractive in terms of the cash flow and obviously the appreciation as well, because we're buying in at the low price. As everyone says, you make your money when you buy, not when you sell, and you've got to get in at that low price per square foot rate. So yeah, really, really excited about this. Moving on. Reservation and booking process. So if you are interested and you haven't got the investment pack already, let us know, because we can send you over the full due diligence material. So a long fact sheet, brochure, images, videos, floor plans, comparable developments, rental values, market statistics and appreciation rates, etc., etc. We'll make sure you have everything you need to make an informed decision. Any basic questions we can certainly answer for you, but we've done this hundreds of times, guys. We get exclusive stock from our development partners, so we know what we're doing in packaging these up and getting the right offer for our investors, whether that's UK investors, Middle East investors, Singapore, Hong Kong are big markets for us, so keep that in mind as well. Now, if you do decide you want to move ahead, £5,000 reservation fee takes the units off the market and secures it for you. You'll then complete the reservation agreement and provide us with your proof of ID and proof of address. We'll then instruct the solicitors. We've got recommended solicitors, or you can choose from our panelled solicitors to take you through that purchase process. which is a requirement in the UK market. On completion in 2025, well, sorry, I should mention that the deposit level required here is 20%. So you pay your reservation fee, you go through the legal purchase process, you then pay your 20% deposit level, less the £5,000 you've already made. You'll then go through to completion, and around December time, the same Q4 this year, you will have the remaining 80% balance due. And that can be financed with cash or mortgage. We can introduce you to mortgage brokers. Already had lending on the development previously, so that's going to be really easy to do. And obviously we can help with the management packages, as I've mentioned, and furnishing the property, company setup, any other things that you need, we can help you from end to end. And don't forget, as a investment consultancy, we don't charge any fees to our investors. We're paid when the developer pays us on the back end. So we can pass on the savings to the investors basically. So that's the gist of it, guys. We'll finish up there. But yeah, any questions you can message info@vertapropertygroup.co.uk or give us a call. There's a shot of the bedroom there. And then we're just finishing up here with our contact details with the number there, website and email. So give us a shout, we'll take you through all the information. I should mention as well that we have had one unit come back to market in the ready phase of this scheme. So you can generate immediate income from that. We can look at introducing a fixed rent on that for you as well for a couple of years. And that would be at 7%. And then you will have a one-bedroom unit, that's a two-bedroom unit there from £170,000. So yeah, really, really good value on that one as well. So keep that in mind, guys, but hopefully we'll speak to you soon. And my name's Nick, Director at Verta Property Group.